something there, is it? Last time it was a crease in your bed, so I'm thinking it's probably a bug. Oh, shocking. Get that bloody bug. Oh my goodness. Oh, gee. That nasty bug. Get him. Did you get him? Oh. What'd you poke me with your nose for? You think your nose is your fingers or hands or something? You poke. I'll get it, Donna. Poke. Yes, all right, Mr. Poker Nose. It's probably nothing. I'm going to go and check. If it's nothing, I'm going to laugh at you, and you know that. And it's nothing. Go figure. It'll get you, Lucky. Watch it. It's just a little chip in the door. He says it's not normal. You've got to kill it. Now there was a shadow. My goodness, you tell it, Lucky, you tell it. You tell that shadow that's stuck in the door there, that strange mark, that it's going to cop it off you. That nasty mark in the door. And I'm trying to watch my Mars images, which I do enjoy. But obviously the dog is kind of upset about a mark and the discolourment. Oh, it's probably was a moth there or something, but it's not there now. There's nothing there. He's taken off to check the back now. Make sure everything's all right. He does his rounds. Very good, Mr. Watchdog. What's the time, Watchdog? Aren't you going to watch me? I thought you were a watchdog. I spoke too soon. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Oh, gee. What are you doing? Don't get into my bags. I should pick them up. That's for camping. Go and watch the door. Get him, like, get him. Get that thing in the crease in the door or whatever. Did you find it, or did it run off? Oh, you're jumping up there, and there's nothing there, but he seems to see something, and he's jumping for it. I don't know, it might be little light bulbs. Sometimes they float around in here. Hey, don't they? Well, anyway, my dog, as you can see, is the funniest thing ever. Never a dull moment with this funny creature. Never a dull moment, you funny thing. Well, the one I want to talk about is the most horrible, shocking thing I had ever went through. I've been through it before, but I really do think that possibly there could be real ones. not pretending ones, you know, not joking around and getting us real ones. I think they're real. Last night, I felt a metal rod or wire touching my lip, and it burnt my lip. And it was burning my lip after I woke up for a while, and the smell of burning and stunk the air, and there was no one there. I sound like a poet and don't even know it. So I'm thinking, well, how did that happen? That's been happening to me for quite a while, and I've woken up with busted veins. The doctors can't draw blood out of my arms no more, and they can't touch my hands anymore because they're getting wrecked. And the next thing they do is go for the feet to get the blood from the veins in the feet. So it looks like they'll be getting it from my veins in my feet next time, because it won't be from my hands. The veins, there's veins there, but they used to be bigger. But my hands are hurting because they jab the needle into the bone as well. And it really hurts. So they can't... I've woken up to busted veins and haven't been to the doctors. I've woken up to loose teeth. I've got chunks taken out of my tongue on both sides, like as if someone's snipped with a clip in several places in the tongue for probably, well, the tongue has a lot of blood. Mine doesn't anymore because it's been drained that many times. By who or what, I do not know. I don't have any memory of it. I would say that's where my night horrors began, was in this house. And they did begin in this house. Actually, no, they began in the other house before this one. And I couldn't wait to leave that place. I was so happy to leave it. It took me years, about 5-6 years, to get over the other house. And that house, I was having horror dreams that were so real that you would not believe it. I had a cloth over my head and people poured water over my head. And I couldn't breathe, and I woke up and there's water on the floor. Not near the bed, so it wasn't me. It was actually water, so I mopped it all up. But it's just kind of, I don't know what's going on here. I think it's rocky. I think it's just Rockhampton here in Queensland that it's just gone. It's just always a spooky place. It's not normal. Not like other towns where you meet friends and you go out and you chat and you know, have here. It's opposite. You really want to stay away from everyone because you don't know how mean they are. They can turn mean. And the things that you go through, they look at you as if they know and they think you're weird. Even though they don't know and they don't think you're weird. You just get that strange look from them. What was that? Was that kitty getting your bones? Oh my gosh. Over there. Go get it. Over there. Run. Go back over the door. What's the time? Alright then. It's watch time. So, and last night I had burning marks in my lip. But it was inside. It was inside my mouth, not... What? What's that hurting your ears? Something hurting your ears. You're flicking them around. Don't go for my hands. I'm sitting here comfortable. Excuse me. Go and sit over there. Go on. Skedaddle over there somewhere. Dawdle. He's a dawdler. It's not me doing it. It must be my voice, the squeaking. Get over there somewhere. Get the kitty. Where the kitty cat got to Bones? Well, go get it. No, don't. I'm sitting here with my... Oh, yeah, behind me. Oh, you ruined my comfortable position. Now, go away now, Lucky. Go and sit over there and go and chase something. Creases over there. Go and get... Where's your ball? Go and get it. Okay, what's the time? You got the time? You're a watchdog and just... No, get over there. I'm sitting here nice and comfortably. I don't want you near my legs. Thank you very much. So anyway, burnt my lip. Most times I have black marks from where they've been burnt. I've still got the chunks taken out of my tongue. They won't grow back. I've had my ear cut and bandaged. I took photos of that. I've been bitten on the arm by a smaller, like a child's mouth. It's very peculiar. This place is really weird. Like that room in there, behind the aircon, that used to be my bedroom, and it's the most haunted place in this house. Now the carpet's gone and I'm out of there. It's not so haunted. But now the other room that I've moved into in there is now haunted. It's like it's following me. But it's real slow. But anyway, what I did today was I transferred it through my dream catcher, which is right there, so that I can put it into frequencies into there to get rid of it. So I did. And I got rid of it, and I always make sure there's a mark when I get rid of it. And then I'll take pictures around the house, and they always end up next door. And I've taken pictures of when I've transferred it into through there. I didn't know it was going to work. It just felt good to mentally think that it was gone. I didn't know it was actually real. And I used the dream catcher, the black one, as a spider web to catch it and suck it out like a spider into into frequencies. And then I saw the mark from the picture, the video that I was watching, using to concentrate to suck to make my head feel better. I didn't know it was really going to. I had no intentions of anything going to happen. And then I heard noises next door out the back, where she used to sit, where people, her mates, smoke cigarettes and chat and giggle and so forth and drink, sing songs when they're drunk, etc., etc. And I was just looking around with my phone because I heard noises, and I thought, I'll take pictures because she's gone out. That might be someone in there, or, you know, and I'll take pictures, video it, and show her who's been in her home. But the strange thing, actually, I should show you, actually. Would be a better idea of what I took a picture of. It's gone now, but I'll show you the things that was appearing there from me, taken out from my disturbed abuse here. What I saw, which is really, everyone saw it, because I told everybody and showed it on Facebook and everything like that, because I could not believe it myself. So I'll just show you what picture I took. How come it's blue on the screen and black on the TV? That's weird. It's really crazy weird. You can see the light off the remote. This is my Sony P4. My son and his girlfriend got it for me for Christmas. Just last year, just gone. So here is, I use this to suck it because he is drawing out things, so I use that. I had no idea that it could work, so transferring heat and then transferring the things, it does seem to work. So this is what now I'll just show you. Oops. So he's sucking his life out, then he's putting it back, and I use that to suck there. Now see there behind him, there's an ear and then like a top hat thing. It's hard to see. See the ear? Oh, faded. The ear there. There's more adding to it as I'm sucking the thing in there. It's got an eye there. And it just keeps adding more to this strange shape. That is what I saw next door out the back of her place after I took all my abuse out to get rid of it, because I shouldn't have to put up with something that I thought wasn't real. I thought it was night horrors until last night. The metal burnt me, and the smell of it burning me, and my lip is all burnt on the inside, and it woke me up, and it was burning for ages after I was awoken. I think they did it to wake me up, whatever they are. And I've seen UFOs around this area, and I've taken pictures of the clouds. Didn't see anything in them, and there's been strange shapes in them after I've taken the pictures. So that's weird. And I took a picture of vortex straight up here. That's the roof outside, because I heard a noise, and I took a picture of the vortex floating around. And I've got videos of flashes and strange shapes appearing outside. Flashing outside. I took them on a camera. Those cameras I had got wrecked, and they didn't work for some strange unknown reason. So I bought another one, and I've put that out there, but I take it in my room at night. Sometimes I leave it in the kitchen to film the whole lounge room from there, which I'm going to turn the light on. That's my old room. The light blue and doesn't work in here, and you can see it feels creepy, doesn't it? And I always heard thumps in the cupboard. So what I did to take control of the cupboards, I put new screws in some spots. So I owned it and changed it all, and the thumps stopped. But one time, the ear cutting, there was a trail of blood on the carpet. There was carpet here before. These are all new tiles. My ear was cut, and I was fiddling with my ear, thinking about what I hadn't had a shower in the morning yet, and I was just had a coffee. I drank coffee then, and I was sitting on the lounge, wondering, thinking about what earrings would I wear. And I was sipping my coffee, and then I felt this strange thing, and I thought, what's that? Is that crusty stuff? I pulled it off, and it was a bandage in my hand on my ear, and all this blood poured out. And I came in here to see if I was bleeding on the thing, and there was blood. Several times I'd wake up, there's blood on my bed, on my pillow, and on my bed around the head area. But that night morning, when I found the ear cut, I followed a trail of blood leading up into there, which I think it's still there, the blood. I'll get light, because I didn't clean that blood. I left it there for police and things like that, but nobody ever bothered about it. They just, I told the worker about it. He checked the roof and found there were new nails. See the trail of blood there? Oh, it's going to be hard to see. There was leading up to there into the roof, and that roof was loose. Now it seems to be solid, because I poked it with a stick. The thumping I heard, I could imagine it might have been them nailing it all back up. You know, instead of bang, bang, bang like normal hammers, they might have been just bang, bang. It might have sounded like the cupboard. But the workers found new nails up there, as if someone had nailed it shut, which was strange, because nobody had a work order to do that. So last night I copped it again, and that's sealed on top because they sealed it, but that was all loose, like as if someone's been up there, falling. So you can see the dirt coming through the roof, and like as if they were heavy. So they, I'm going to do major work on it to fix that. And I'm trying ways to keep them scared off. These I didn't have out last night. Stupid me. I normally use Solomon seals to ward off things that keep attacking me at night. What they are, I do not know. But I do know transferring them gets rid of them, just like getting rid of a demon. So they must be demons, is all I can figure out. The biting, the attacking, they want my blood. They probably dance around campfires with it or some bloody thing, I don't know. Like twits, they probably wear pointy hats or forked hats, who knows. Weirdos, if you ask me. And backward, they seem backward to take old ladies' blood all the time and get off on it. They're a bit wacko. They might even be Africans. But anyway, I've got the Solomon seals out. I've got several of them. I've pegged them to there, which ones I want, because I've got so many. I don't know which one I want to use. This one is for, yeah, this is the one I'll use tonight. And you say a prayer with this one? Nope, no prayers. With that one's normally, you got prayers with them. Like this one has a prayer. And we say, prevent harm and reverses their evil ways back to those trying to harm you. And it's written from Psalms 37:15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. I use this one a lot to reverse everything back to whoever's doing it. So that one's staying in here tonight. And I have the pentagram to help me to ward off. They get spooked by it. They think, oh my God, it's witches, and they run away. So that helps a lot. A lot. But anyway, with demons, I think, yeah, they're easy to transfer, all right. And I use these dark wraith to suck out I'll just show you. They suck out life. Hang on. See his old face there. And then he gives the youth back to him. See how it's clearing up? I use this section millions of times a year to get rid of, to suck out the things that torment my mind. And it goes into there, but it is building up into, see how that thing's gone? It builds up into a thing. When that thing appears in the video, I know that it's worked. It's sucked into, and it's building into this big, like a monument thing, full of nasty things. But yeah, I can actually picture all the things that I go through, even if you watch his tongue. No, you can't see it, you got to watch carefully. See, his tongue will have something. No, I'll show you. Right there. No, it only happens when you're sucking out, absorbing all the crap out. Like I was trying to get rid of the nasty things in my head, to suck it out and put it into through the my Dreamcatcher, black one, into the screen TV, because it works for me. I mean, you know, it's not going into someone human. Except that time I filmed next door with it there, so it was very strange. That's the first moment I knew that it does work, was because I filmed what I saw on the TV and what I put in it, and it was next door. And I took a photo of it through from my place. What was I saying? Yeah, so I use this with my Dreamcatcher, which you can't see, it's there. It's, to my mind, it absorbs it all into the frequencies, into the TV, wherever people tap into my frequencies or my things in my house, they would cop the things that I have sucked out of my thoughts, my conscience, my bad thoughts, bad nightmares, anything like that, that I have woken up to abuse on my body and no record of it, no memory of it. I put it all in there and it seems to work. So what I did was I took that burning metal and put it in there, and I saw it in there. It's just that you can't see it, so I'm going to do it again. Now there, you see, it was very quick because, yeah, just missed it. But anyway, it was there just then, where you won't be able to catch it unless you just concentrate and then put it through, and you will see it if you suck it out. Get something to suck it out. Like I use these dark ones to do the sucking because, well, they're supposed to be aliens. And if aliens are attacking me, well, these ones are the most powerfulest aliens out of all the aliens ever existed. So I use them to suck it out of what I think could be real aliens, because how come it's happening? How come? Can they transfer it into me? Is that what they're doing? And I'm transferring it out back into them. I'm using Solomon seals. So I don't know. Maybe they're transferring it into me. Maybe they think I'm a pig and demons should be in me or something. Or maybe they're just using humans to handle their filth and dumping it on us. You know, using that transferring thing. So I transfer that out and I send it back to them through the frequencies, which I proved can be done, which is amazing, really. It's really simple as that. As simple as that. Now see how his hand glows? That's his real hand. Paint on it, nail polish, black nail polish. His hands are so white. My hands are brown, but they have glowed as well, bright white. I sent my son pictures of it because I thought it was a DNA thing. I said, oh, maybe your hands will glow bright too. I don't know what to expect of it. I don't know what it is. How would I know what's going on? Nobody tells me anything. They don't come here and say, Dotto, there's strange shit going on. This is what's going to happen. Or this is what you should do if that happens. They say, excuse me. One lot knocked on the door, kept knocking on the door. They said, will you kill yourself? I thought, why are you asking me those questions? And then, will you kill anybody else? And I thought, why are you asking? I said, why are you asking? I'm not going to go kill anyone. What's your problem? And they wanted inside my house. And they never got in. And got phone calls after phone calls. And then I realised later why. It's because they're scared. They're scared will I retaliate and hurt them for what they're going to do to me, which they already did. They hurt my kidneys and my pancreas, and they bite me, and when I'm asleep they get in somehow and torture and get off on it. It thrills because they make you forget, and you go back to sleep after a few sobbing and can't breathe type of thing because of the pain. You end up asleep, and then the dentists find you with in your teeth a disease that causes the mind to forget, and you're riddled with it in your teeth, and all your teeth are pulled, most of them. The top ones were the ones targeted with drill holes and flaps covering them, and traces of that disease in my teeth. And no dentists had any orders to do that sort of work, and they found these in x-rays and couldn't see them because there were flaps covering them, so they couldn't understand what was going on. They thought it must be from the inside. Till I told them to pull one tooth out because it was really hurting and it was going straight to my head, and it felt like as if it was strange, like the other teeth. And he pulled it out, and it really it felt like it was pulling out a tree with its roots as well from my head. When he finally got it out, they were talking in funny language with other dentists, poking at it and playing with the flap, lifting it up and looking at the hole. So they did tests and found out it had traces of that disease. They want me back there, but I'm too scared to go back. I don't know what to expect. You know, it's not, I didn't do it to myself. But anyway, this sort of thing goes on. So is it aliens or is it what? British aliens or is it the British government? Because they're always, you know, the Australian government lets them do anything to us until I made noise about it and wanted that to stop. Because they want hormones, leg hormones, bone marrow, because they got all these people sick with cancers and everything. So everyone with missing bone marrow has to have hip replacements, because after a few years your hip ends up hurting and you could drop on the floor. I've had that a few times. And I've got, your skin is a lot drier around that area where your bone marrow has been taken, because they've got to virtually, displace the hip to get to the bone marrow. So you end up with needing hip replacements, and the whole of Australians practically had to have it. And now the whole of Australia, almost over half of Australians are diabetic. Every Aboriginal is diabetic. Now this is weird, because that means the pancreas. Now, how come we're all diseased and we're all got to have hip replacements, and we've all lost our hormones and bone marrows and leg hormones and the bone and the tissue as well as the hormone taken, and we can't grow our legs and our hips are all deformed from it. Our legs are freaky weird, shorter than our bodies, so we look weird, while they get injections in their legs for cellulite because they got a little bit of cellulite. What about us? What are us humans here for? For the British to live out of our pockets or something? We got to lower the price of everything so that they don't get to live out of our pockets. If we lower the price of everything and just give them, a couple of grand a year and say that's all we earned, and it's only the percentage of what we earned and that's it, that's yours, they don't get nothing. That's what we should do, is lower the price and kick the bastards out. But anyway, back to this haunted place. I don't know what's going on. I hate it. I hate them. I will, if I catch one, if I'm awake and I catch one, I will stab them in the head or the eye or the neck without a flicker of a heartbeat. I would love it, because of the torture I went through because of these things attacking me at night. Only when I sleep, of course, because they're wimps. They do not attack young, strong people. It's like as if they want to prove that they're tough or something by feeling better if they attack older people, because they're scared if we attack back. And that's why I think they knocked on my door and asked me why, if I would kill someone. Do I want to kill someone or hurt someone, or would I kill myself? And I said, what the F, no, go away. I think they asked me that because they're chicken, they're scared, they're wimps. They only go for old people. And if you noticed, Australia's the worst country in the world with old people. They'll just abuse them in old people's homes as well. They'll leave them die and run off if there's a disease. They have no honour. They would leave them out in the sun and let them burn to death. That's been on the news. That's been done. They'd starve them to death. They'd rub shit in their faces. They would give them the wrong medications just to kill them. They are so abusive to elderly, and I think that they're using some sort of forgetting thing, again, just to get in and abuse me. I change my locks maybe 3 or 4 times, sometimes 5 times a year. That's how bad it is here. And so, yeah, I cop a lot of abuse because I'm old. So I'm thinking I might, I don't know, move, because Rocky is no good. But the whole of Australia is no good with old people. So it doesn't matter where you go, I suppose. But I've just got to catch them so I can stab them in the eye or head or neck if I catch them. So I have to put alarms and set up traps and cameras. I've got to buy more cameras. I've got sensor lights on the outside, and I'm going to have to connect those to locks and chains so that they don't get stolen. And I've got to ring the police if I hear the slightest noise. So anyway, this weird shit's been going on for some time now, and I think it's actually could be, well, I don't know, it might be aliens, but they looked pretty human when they kept knocking on my door. It's like as if they go around seeking for someone to abuse. It's probably a punching bag they need, not an old person to take it out on. Or maybe they were abused by old people, so they go for anyone that's living alone so they can abuse them. I live alone, but I have a dog, and my son lives down the road not far, and and the people next door are right there behind that wall. So, but I really do think, because the 2 men were worried because next door came racing out and sat outside having a cigarette. And he was that worried, he was whispering. And the guy said, "Why are you whispering?" He said, "Oh, I'm worried about her, she's listening." And I thought, that's a bit weird. Why are you worried about her? So I quickly made sure the door was locked. And he kept saying, "Can we come in?" And I said, "Yeah, well, what would I get out of it if you come in? Why do you want to come in?" Like that. And he was whispering because he thought she was listening next door. So, yeah, I think he was hounding me so that he can abuse me. I changed the locks again because the keys mysteriously, you got to open the front door to get in, but I found them on the outside door, on the screen door on the outside. So how did I get in the front door if I found them outside? So I quickly bought another lock, which brings it up to 2 this year so far. 2 or 3, I think. Actually, 3. 3. Yeah, the 4th one. The first one, I think it was around December. Might have been January. It might be 3 or 4 already. And it's not even 6 months into the year. It's not half a year yet. And that's how bad it is here with people wanting to hurt me and abuse me. And plus I'm a little bit weird because I can transfer heat, and they probably want to hit into me to make me pay for being different, maybe. Or maybe they want it. Or maybe they want more information and testing on me too, because they probably think they can grow that into something else or something. But it can't be grown unless you buy more sheets and use more sheets. That would grow more sheets. You could have big piles of, that would grow. I don't know the frame of the minds of these people, but it's very, very risky here, very risky. And to have the door open like this, sitting here, safe and comfy with my leg and my other leg, I'm sitting here kind of like very rudely, but I mean you can't see anything. Comfortably, in a rude way of sitting, but I feel comfortable. Sitting like this with the door open is no good. No good. Now, I've had it opened, it's gone dark, and the light's on outside. The car is... What was that noise? The car is locked. I am locking the door. I put this wind chime on the door, so if anyone tries to open the door, it'll jingle. I have a dry throat. And they've been doing things to my eyes as well, like I'd wake up and there's paste in them, and then my eyes will ache. And that happens a lot. Just like sticky stuff comes out of my eyes, and it's not tears. It's pasty stuff, and I think sometimes bleeding. It feels like as if someone stabbed me with needles in my eyes. It's horrible, because I have weird eyes as well. If someone does magic, mainly love magic, I will see their circle. It will glow bright, and I'll see it. No one else will see it, but I see it. And I've told people, they said, what are you looking at? And I said, well, there's a circle, but I can't understand where the reflection of the circle is coming from. There's no round things with lights on it to make that reflection. And they've told me, well, this house was used for love magic, lovecraft. And they said, didn't you know that? Oh, no, that's weird. And so every time someone's done witchcraft or love magic or anything, I see that glow. And that dates back to Alexander the Great. Their family said that people related to them will see the magic because they were into love magic, lovecraft all the time. They were into that. And it was their religion thing then. And they said that people that were related, only their true relatives would see the magic with their eyes because they saw it, obviously. Or they made it that way for relatives to see it. So I am a descendant of Alexander the Great, going by history. And I think that's why my eyes get targeted for stabbing, because other people, or these hateful ones to elderly, very hateful. Australians are always been abusing me since I was a child. I won't get into that because I have pushed that aside and forgotten about it. Well, I haven't forgotten about it, but I've pushed it away because I'm busy making videos on YouTube and talking to get it all out to feel better. So anything that goes crazy, I will talk about it. Anyway, so that's what I think, that they stab at my eyes because they want them. They want to be like me. Well, they can't be like me. Even if I was blind, I'd still be me. Even if I was dead, I'd still be me. That's me, dead, so to speak. If I was a baby, I would be me because that's me as a baby. If I was a man, that would be me as a man. That's me. So you can't change that. You can't go and take from me just because you want it. Just because I'm different. You should have respect for the Greeks or the Macedonians or whoever. When you realise that we're all the Europeans are all from the ancient Thrace, it's just they spread out and went their own way, like Greece. Well, they don't know where the Greeks came from. I suppose they came from Thracians because that's the same area sort of thing. And the Romans were also Thracians, and so it goes on from there. They're all spread out, separated from Thrace originally, and went their own way. So that's what they say in the new history. Instead of the old history was Jesus died on the cross for us, and Queen Elizabeth is the Queen, and the government rule, and you got no say about it, and that's it. It's more to it now. There's more of everything. They video it, and they categorize it, and they study it, and they test all the time frames and the metals and the golds and everything. They test it all, and they put the stories from the caves, and they match it with the other stories from other wall paintings, etc., etc. So it all comes back to where the Europeans came from. All of us came from Thrace. So we've all got a bit of Greek in us. We've all got a bit of everything in us. It's just you have to work out how you're going to use your eyes instead of checking for little kids when they walk past in little shorts or little girls bending over. You've got to work out where your eyes are really going. Where mine check everything. I wonder what this is working. Why is that glowing? And that's why. Because that's where my eyes went. So anyway, good night. Well, it's still early. I'm scared to go to bed because of what I'm going to cop. That metal burnt my mouth. I'll have to take a picture of my mouth to see if it's black there. Like all the other times when I felt metal burning my mouth. It's like a soldering iron, like that, burning my lip. Why they want me awake in my own bed, or is it a memory from that time I was abused with the nails in my feet and toes smashed with hammers and fingers pushed with pins under them? It's not a very good memory to have when you can't get rid of it, and there's nothing there, so maybe it could be a memory. But then why did they knock on my door and ask those questions? Because of course they're wimps, and they think, well, we better check, she might hit us. We want to abuse people and get away with it. But not much fun if people start fighting back, is it? It's not much fun. So they're obviously going to knock on the door and ask you. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I called the police anyway. Okay, good night, people.